Impressive rip as Fed Chair Powell gives off a dovish stance. The 33-cent target has now a daily closure, and the beginning of our month has started with a positive outlook. Could this be the start of a Santa Claus rally? Well, let's pop the charts and see for ourselves. Welcome back to the channel on this Hump Day Wednesday. This is ARCa, and let's dive into ticker symbol ASRE. Let's kill 'em, team. What is up, you guys, and welcome back to the channel. Let's go ahead and dive in to ticker symbol ASRE. And what you're observing here is the monthly chart, team. Today was the opening of the new month, and it is looking absolutely positive, right? So yeah, price action. Remember, we did speak about potentially coming back down, not as aggressive as we did, I must admit, but we did come down just slightly a little bit, right? And now we started to create that upside. And one of the reasons that we're creating an upside, yes, of course, Fed Chair Powell released a pretty dovish stance, kind of telling us that we may actually leave the rate hikes where they are and see how inflation continues to decrease over time. They're going to be reactive upon that information instead of reacting presently, right? So that's a good thing. It's a very good thing for the markets. It's a very good thing for risk-on assets, and this is a great time, right? So I'm not sure if this is for sure a start to a Santa Claus rally, but it is, I could speculate in it, right? We're already in November and looking pretty positive in the overall markets and some of our tickers here too. So yes, this is the start of our monthly candle with 28 days and 17 hours to go to close. And the reason why we speculated a potential upside on this was because of the print of our prior month, the one from, we closed yesterday. Bullish hammer. After a downtrend, printing a bullish hammer like this usually indicates a potential reversal. Okay, so yeah, I am thinking right here that ASRE is looking more bullish than ever, and this could be a continuation to the upside. And now observing the accumulation versus distribution chart, or the indicator here, as you can see now with the close of yet again another month, we are still not declining here, and this is still being accumulated, and we are still in a massive macro accumulation phase for this asset. Okay, so it's looking very good, team. Let's go ahead and move on to the next chart and see what edge we have there. So first of all, let's go ahead and take the Gaussian channel out, and notice here that we have a 12-hour bullish buy formation, right? So this is actually a hammer candle on a 12-hour print, very bullish, and that paired with a bullish engulfing, right? So the green body of the forward candle is engulfing the prior body of the red candle, right? So this is how you mark off a bullish engulfing iteration, and it is looking fairly healthy. Okay, team. So now let's go ahead and take a look at the daily time frame, as that would mark off yet again the same formation. So right now, 2 consecutive formations with that potential bullish engulfing, right? So this is the daily time frame that did close 34 cents dead on the money, and it is engulfing the prior red candle as well. So 2 time frames, 2 bullish buy formations. Upside could be imminent on this. Of course, there is always going to be a zigzag here. There's always going to be some fluctuations in the market, so we got to be ready for those things too, right? So let's open up the 8-hour. Let's see if we can open up either the 8-hour or 12-hour Gaussian channel. And I would like for us to observe some details here. So the 12-hour one is where it's at. So price action today, when we reached that bottom side of 26.93, notice how we came back to test the very bottom side of the Gaussian band, and we actually bounced to the upside from that. The important thing here is that the important thing here is that we ended up closing this 12-hour candle iteration upside of the mean band, right? So let me just go ahead and highlight this. There we go. And here is the mean band, right there at about 33.66. And we got that closure of the 12-hour above that. Now, as far as the daily, I'm not sure. Let's see. Yep, the daily too. Very impressive close upside of this mean band. Okay, so that is definitely 100% powerful. We absolutely want to start seeing some major time frame candle closures above the mean band here from the Gaussian channel, especially in the, let's see, the 8-hour time frame. Yeah, 8-hour time frame looking very bullish here. This is, in fact, signaling a potential target in the immediate short term. We're going to highlight it here, and just in case it does get reached, right? So I must warn you, team, the chances of me streaming tomorrow morning are very slim. So just I need you to make sure to be careful in the market. So I'm going to try to be as concise as I can be here, and as accurate as I could be for your edge. And also into Friday, I will not be streaming either team. Okay, so this is going to be a family trip. All right, so now let's go ahead and take a look at the 12-hour time frame resistance range. So this is 3601 on the 8-hour time frame Gaussian channel. So let's go to the Gaussian bands on the 12-hour here and see what that topside target is. Right, so yeah, we have that topside target of around 40 cents. We do have some things rhyming at around 38 cents. So I think that there would be a higher probability of hitting 36 to 38 into tomorrow. But seeing this explosive price action, that can actually hint at, I mean, sure, it is possible, right, that we can hit this 40-cent zone, and that would be incredibly bullish for this asset, as that would flash momentum. Not even to mention the fact that it already flashed momentum and volatility towards the upside based on that huge close. But yeah, I'm just trying to say that, yeah, it's looking pretty damn powerful. Now, daily time frame closing outside, above the mid band here from the linear regression channel, that already gives us a sign that there could be a continuation to the upside. This is very, very far away from that 31-cent target down here. I'm not sure that we can reach that low. If anything here, I think that there would be some, this purely speculation, but there could be a drop to 33.49, maybe even to around 32.99 before a continuation to the upside, if it is that we require some type of pullback and validation, okay? But as soon as we start clearing this, 35.52 zone up here and start closing some maybe 4-hour, 8-hour candles above that, then that's going to be a pretty clear indication that we are ready for a continuation to the upside. Now, let's take a look at volatility versus momentum. Okay, so volatility represented by this indicator, BBWP. It is in a linear fashion instead of displayed on pane like this here, right? This is these are volatility bands or Bollinger bands, right? So yeah, I usually like to see this in a linear scale because I'd be able to measure it, right? So yeah, take a look at this bi-hourly candle here. Immediate run from 29 cents all the way up to at a certain point 34.6, almost 35 cents. Right, so very impressive run to the upside there, clearing the upside of the 33-cent target that we have talked about a couple times here. So that means that we do have these relevant supports below us. So now to be more precise with the support ranges, of course, 33 being one of them, and yet again, 3107 to 3208 could be some of those relevant supports for us to use before a run to the upside. And it looks, guys, I got to be honest with you though, this SMA 200 on the bi-daily time frame, we are upside of that 34 cents, and the SMA 200 is located just at about 33.63. The SMA 10, just in case, right, it is located right down here, which is right within the bottom support zone that we are speaking of. Okay, team. So yeah, this is looking mighty powerful. And to give off some of those targets that are already kind of rhyming here, please notice that the 3601 is the resistance that we're facing on the 8-hour time frame Gaussian channel, and we already have a discretionary topside resistance here for our first range at 35.47 to 36.50. What do you know? Looking very powerful there as well. All right, so yeah, I do think that this could be the first area of resistance that we can face. I know we already faced it here on Monday, right? But this could be looked at as another area for us to start knocking at that door to combat the 36.52 and then move on to that very familiar target, 39.03 to 39.89, aka the volatility bands. Oh no, I'm sorry. My goodness, the Gaussian channel at 40.25 topside resistance. Yeah, so everything is rhyming pretty nicely here. I do expect the price action to lead into some nice upside targets, but if we start clearing that 40-cent target or 39.89 level, then our next zone would actually be a tougher resistance at the 50.44 range, right? 47.10 is actually the one spot 618, but yes, particularly 50.44, that's kind of a tough resistance for us to get over, and I do think that there is a potential here to reach that in the coming days. I'm not sure that it can do it tomorrow. Of course, I mean, we have that thrust power here, right? But again, we have to just practice with logic in a sense, right? So now the volatility bands or Bollinger bands are suggesting a top side resistance of about 37.85. So that's rhyming pretty nicely with the 36 to 39 cent target that we're already looking at. And please notice here that we have now used two support bounces from the mid band of the Bollinger bands, right? So this is looking very good. And yet again, I'm not sure that I think this was the whole purpose of it, right? Getting us this downside here was to come and validate the breaking out of the mid band. So here we were under the mid band for quite some time, for I mean, really a good amount of time. And that's Tuesday, October 3rd, and we just did this November 1st breakout. So it's been the better part of a month or more that we've been under the mean band of the Bollinger Bands, right? So now that we broke outside of it here, the price action never actually came back to validate it until today, right? Actually, yeah, I guess, yeah, until today. Yeah, we just got that first test today, got it again, and then we continued on to the upside. So yeah, if we're gonna touch the top side of this volatility band, I think it could be 37.85, and that's looking pretty healthy. Now, the last part of the analysis here, RSI looking very powerful. I know that it's in a little bit of risk here, but I do have to say that it's slightly outside of the gravitational zone from the RSI, right? So this may actually continue onwards instead of facing this downside first. We're already starting to get a little bit of a hint on that SMA 14 represented by the pink line, already pivoting towards the upside ever so slightly. And please notice here on the bi-hourly time frame that we do have this is definitely a little bit of danger here, but the good thing is that we have the SMA 14 below the RSI signal in case this gravitational zone pulls us back. That would be a very, very small time frame pullback. Of course, we've been wrong about that before, so just keep your eyes on this, right? It is, in all essence, it is a very, the asset is actually not $10, not $20, so it is kind of easier to mangle around. Now, moving up to the 4-hour time frame, this is where it starts to get interesting, right? Huge bounce from that SMA 14 support, right? The RSI signal being this light blue line, right? So this bounced off of that SMA 14 very nicely, and from the gravitational zone here, which would expect, would expect a pretty nice bounce, right? Hey, buddy. So this is if he says hi, guys, this is just my little guy making sure that we're doing our work correctly, right? My little co-host, right? So anyway, let's go ahead and continue on here, right? So yeah, we're well within the gravitational zone here. That this is, so this in the 4-hour time frame is very likely to get pushed to the upside. Same situation here with the 8-hour time frame. I'm thinking that we may see. Let me see this on the 15-minute, 5-minute too. Wow. With very little pullback being suggested from momentum as soon as a 5-minute time frame, that just shows that we could face a pullback in like some technical resistance or something. But in reality, okay, well, yeah, maybe actually in the bi-hourly time frame, this could use a little bit of a pullback here. But other than this, there's really nothing else suggesting that pullback. But I did say that before, and then we got a pretty gnarly pullback, but then we recovered really nicely, right? So, but yeah, 4-hour time frame and the 8-hour time frame are both suggesting a continuation to the upside. In fact, so is the 12-hour reaching the gravitational zone here, and a daily time frame is about to reach that gravitational zone too. Team, this is looking very powerful. Now, one thing here on the 3-day time frame RSI, if we look very, very, very closely here, let's zoom into this, we will notice that we are starting the bullish crossover, right? So the signal line is starting to cross upside of the SMA 14 pink line on a major time frame here. This is a 3-day time frame. This would mark off a pretty bullish stance and a very bullish statement from the asset itself. Same situation here. In fact, the 5-day time frame giving us this type of bullish crossover here. This is the best kind of crossover that you can ever imagine. The reason I'm saying this is because of this. The upside pivot on a moving average based and that paired with an upside pivot of the signal line, that is amongst one of the most powerful bullish crossovers that you can see. That can be used in moving averages as well. All right, team. I'm talking about moving average versus moving average, and yeah. So you know the risks, the top side resistance and the bottom side supports. I think ASRE is looking very powerful, and it should be making shareholders pretty happy in the coming days. If you have any questions, you know where to reach out to me, team. Remember that I'm not going to be streaming live tomorrow. Very slim chance though, but I really don't think so. But and Friday as well. Okay, team. You know what? I think this may have already completed the ARCa Masters course, but I will try to add any stragglers around there. And also, I am gathering a list for those who are potentially interested in. It depends on the demand on it, right? So to open up It's another course in tandem with the one that's already about to get completely booked. I think I'm in fact over by a couple people. All right, team. So please just get in touch with me at you know what? Yeah, I'll write it down here for you. So at ARC Masters course, that's gonna be 1C, right? At ARC Masters course at gmail.com. Okay, and I'll pass you the relevant information, all the pertinent information regarding that. ARC Masters course at Gmail. And yeah, team, please take whatever I do show and iterate within these videos as just a form of entertainment, as I cannot suggest for you to buy, sell, or hold any assets whatsoever. Never, 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 never forever. I need you to do your own due diligence and everything will be cool. But with that said, team, I wish you well. A very, very good night. And I will catch you at the bell on Monday. Adios. Yeah.